Alright gang, welcome back to our luxury tax challenge here on Mecklenburg. It is January now. There's not a whole lot out here to do in January, so we'll probably be jumping to February, although I don't expect there to be a whole lot in February either. We are going to take up this cultivating contract here though for just under 10K, so we'll go ahead and grab that real quick. And we're going to head on over there now and get that cultivation going, and we'll kind of talk about next steps here for the series. So specifically, I'm not finding a whole lot, and perhaps somebody else can find something for me that, or maybe they know of something, but I'm not finding a whole lot on ModHub, at least in regard to digestate being turned into solid fertilizer or anything of that sort. So perhaps somebody else can find something for me, or somebody knows of something, a different name, but, you know, just looking out in ModHub, I didn't see a whole lot, so, yeah, unless I missed it, I don't think there's anything out there at current. So I think what we're going to end up doing is just selling the digestate outright, directly from the BGA. I don't think we can sell it from the BGA directly itself, I guess. I kind of worded that incorrectly, but what I'm trying to say is we're just going to sell the digestate, you know, instead of holding on to it right now, because there's nothing really for us to do with it. So because of that reason, we might as well go ahead and sell it and make a little bit of money off of it. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Things are pretty good here, man. I've made the decision after some conversation with subscribers here on the channel on my Discord, which there's a link down below in case you have yet to join that, about potentially expanding a little bit on the channel here into something I'm going to call Simulation Sunday, where I kind of branch out and do some other simulation games on Sundays. Not always going to be every single Sunday for sure, but from time to time, I'm probably going to throw in some different simulation games on Sundays, so a little bit of a shameless plug for myself and for the channel. So keep an eye out for that. There's probably going to be, well, not even probably, there is going to be one that comes out this Sunday. Yeah, at least it should be this Sunday. Yeah, it should be this Sunday. By the time you're seeing this, it should be the close. This should be coming out on, let's see, Thursday? Is that right? Thursday or Friday this should be out. So whatever, the Sunday this weekend, there should be a simulation game that is not Farming Simulator that I'll be releasing on the channel. Just kind of test the waters a little bit, see how it does. If it does well and you guys like it, then we'll kind of make a whole series out of it. If it doesn't, maybe I just do an episode or two and then kind of do it as a one-off thing. But I just wanted to kind of branch out a little bit and try some different simulator games on the channel. I think it makes a little more sense to play them on this channel versus my second channel. Because this is Farming Simulator, right? So it's a simulator already as it is. So just, you know, every once in a while add in a different simulation game just to see how things go. But if you guys hate it, I won't do it anymore. So make sure you check that out on Sunday. Let me know your thoughts. It will be gas station simulator. I was very intrigued by it. It has decent reviews. There's certainly some issues on console. I am on console in case you don't know that. There's certainly some issues, I think, but for the most part, it looks like it's relatively well received. So I'm kind of excited to try it out, and yeah, so I'm going to be doing that recording literally right after I finish this one. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. I'm interested to see what you think about it. Speaking of that, if you haven't done so already and you're stumbled across this, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button for me. It helps me out a ton, man. It's completely free for you to do so as well. And you'll stay up to date whenever I do release a new video. So we're 13% through here on Field 7. This is the only contract, at least, it still is, the only contract that was out there at the beginning here. So once this is done, we're going to have to make some decisions on what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. Now, it is January. We do have some things to sell. Specifically, the spelt should be best to sell right now. And then, obviously, the digestate, right? We got to figure out where and how we're going to sell that. A couple other notes. A few people made some comments down below, and thank you for that. I really appreciate it. A couple people said that the reason the BGA does not show up on the map is because if you buy that area, because you can buy it, that BGA will turn into your own. So that's the reason why it's not out there. It makes a lot of sense. Just didn't really think about it, but it makes a lot of sense. So that's the reason why when I was looking at the menu or the map, I guess I should say. In the last episode, I was really curious on why that wasn't out there and populated, but that's the reason. So it's a cool area over here. It's got a little creek running next to the field here. We haven't been over here yet. Well, we have. We've drove past it, but we haven't actually done anything on this field or any of the fields near it. I kind of like it. It's really nice over here. And there's a windmill of some sort down here. I don't know exactly what that is, if it's anything we can buy or not. Well, clearly we can buy the land, but I don't know. Well, maybe we can't buy the land. I don't know if that's actually on. I don't know what that's on. I don't know if it's in the area here where, if you look at this, there's area like 6 here. There's this area here that I'm assuming that's where it is right there. So you can't really buy that. So I don't know. It's still kind of cool. Just a random windmill. I think it's just there for decoration, for looks. Anyway, hopefully everyone's doing well today. Things are good for the most part here. A lot of people have had thoughts and opinions on some things that I've been asking about and questions about in multiple series, so thank you for all of that as well. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Your thoughts, your opinions, they matter. They help for what I'm going to do next, right? For figuring out where we're going to go next with each series and or new series. And just your opinions in general. I always like to try to take those into account whenever I can. Sometimes I get a little hung up, I think, on a few things, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. Alright, so we are 26% through here. When this is done, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sell the spelt. Now the spelt, let's see. Yeah, it's starting to drop, so we need to sell that. Not a ton of money out of that, actually. 1,221 looks like the best bet. At Sorrow AG, I'm not sure I know where that is. Let me turn around here really quick, and we'll see if we can figure out where that is. Okay, so 4,170 something feet away. Okay, it's down here. Now, we've been over here. This is where the BJ is I was just talking about. But I don't think we've been... maybe we have been there. I don't remember. Either way, we'll be selling that today, so that's going to be a little bit of extra money. I'd also like to take some of this money, I think... excuse me. And pay off a little bit of the loan. Not a ton, really, not a ton at all, but I'll probably take whatever money we make from the spelt and put that towards the loan. You know, just a little bit of extra money off on the loan is going to go a long way, right? That's less interest we have to pay every single month, which means we'll have a little bit more money in the bank account that we get to keep every single month. You know, and it pretty much takes, you know, most of the loan out of the equation then with our greenhouses and everything else we have going on. And speaking of that, we might do some more additions from a greenhouse perspective or otherwise. We'll see. But, yeah, definitely something we want to try to consider to keep going here. Is finding things to put down in the yard that will make us money, right? Alright, so the way that it wants you to go here is pretty... I don't know, I feel like this isn't the way I'd want to go personally, but okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? No matter which way you go, it's going to be... The way it wants you to go is probably technically the fastest way, right? So, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to start in the middle, though, because we do know it's a contract, right? So for contracts, we never have to do the entirety of the contract. You have to get a good chunk of it done, but... they do give you a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of space there. In case you miss something or there's a glitch or something like that, it gives you a little bit of space. So, because of that reason, I think I'm going to start in the middle, get some of the bigger sections. So I'm not wasting a bunch of time doing turns and circles on these little tiny areas that may or may not have to be hit. What else? What else can we talk about today? What else do I have to talk about? Getting ready to do a quick weekend trip. I think was it on this series or was it the last series? I don't remember. How did I screw that up? Weird. No. I'm getting ready to do a quick weekend trip with my wife to Orlando. We purchased tickets to the new Universal Epic Universe Park. I don't know, like almost a year ago, whenever it was when you could actually start buying the tickets for it. So we're excited to go down there. We actually got lucky enough to go during the preview days as well. Not everything was working. We didn't get to hit everything either. We missed a bunch of stuff. We got actually more done than I actually expected to get done, but we did miss a bunch. So I'm excited to go back and see how it is now. I do know there's still some kinks and issues they're working out, but I mean, I'm realistic. A lot of people complained about it, but I'm realistic. I kind of expect that to happen still. It's not even been open for a year yet, and a lot of new technology, a lot of stuff they're trying to work out. So we'll see. But the reason why we're going more than anything is actually more for me. My wife's a big Disney fan, which I don't really love Disney that much, if I'm honest with you. I like some Disney stuff, but not really. I like horror. I like scary stuff, and I like original classic Universal monsters, and there's a whole land dedicated to them. I literally, when we went during the preview days, and they weren't even open late then, right? So they wasn't even open at night. I can't even imagine this area at night, but I could spend the whole day in that area. It was awesome. If you like old stuff, old creepy stuff, Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, etc., that's the area for you, man. You're gonna love it. If you haven't been there yet, put it on your list to go check it out. If you like the old school stuff, it's just absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to check it out at night. It's going to be awesome. They've got a burning blade windmill where it actually catches on fire every 15 minutes. Like, it's pretty sweet, man. So I'm very excited to see this whole area, especially that burning blade area, and then Frankenstein's Manor. I'm excited to see all this at night, all the creatures and everything at night. I think it's going to be incredible, especially right now. It's nearing Halloween time. You've got all the scare things are all coming out, right? The haunted houses and things like that are all coming out, right? So I'm very, very excited to see how this is and how things go over the weekend. So I'll report back if you're interested or not. If you aren't, that's fine. But I'll report back and let you know how it is. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm really excited. All right, so we've got almost halfway through here. Still quite a bit left to go here. I want to go ahead and turn this off because that's a bit annoying me a little bit. Because it was just sitting there flashing over there in the corner. It probably was annoying you as well. Probably should have turned it off earlier, but oh well, we got it off now, I guess. So we're going to carry on here. This it shouldn't take too long. I mean, with us being halfway through already, it shouldn't really take us that long to get the rest of this done, but we'll carry along and see where we get to, and then we'll see what else we can get into in January, and if we need to jump to February, we will jump to February. I really left that trailer in probably the worst spot possible there, didn't I? Oh, well. We got the spelt sold. We got the spelt sold. You know, it was about 39, well, I guess $35-ish thousand total that we made there. I'm probably going to put $30,000 towards the loan. It's not really a ton of money off on the loan, but it is something, right? It's a start. We're going to turn the contract in here in just a second as well, which is going to produce us quite a bit of money. I'm going to move this trailer out of the way from there and over here, and probably in the way over here at some point, but it'll be fine for now. Okay, so let's turn the contract in, first of all, before I forget to do that. I don't think there's anything else that came out. Nope, there is not. So let's go ahead and spend a little bit of money repaying part of this loan here. So I said we're going to do $30,000. So there we go, $30,000 paid back on the loan. Pretty happy with that, honestly. It's going to be good. All right, so let's drop that off there. So what else can we do today? Well, we could try to figure out something to do with the digestate. Now, the digestate really, production-wise, as I mentioned earlier on in the episode, there's not really a whole lot we can do with that. Now, we can utilize the digestate for some other things here, but we can't. There's not really a whole lot of production effort that can be done with the digestate. So really, the digestate, we're going to have to do something with, you know, the fields potentially. But other than that, not really a whole lot we can do there. Now, the digestate is starting to get pretty full in the outgoing area there, as you can see. $97,712 to be exact. I thought there was a digestate, a selling point for digestate, but I'm not going to be able to put that in the trailer that we have. We have to get something else. There is no selling point, so that's probably the reason why we can't sell it. So, having understood that, perhaps what we should look to do now then is put down some kind of a sell point where we can actually sell the digestate, right? That would probably make a whole lot of sense right now. Especially since we're not really going to be utilizing the digestate for any kind of farming stuff for at least the near future. I wouldn't say foreseeable future, but the near future, right? I don't really know what I want to do. Like, the marketplace is kind of cool, but I mean, we've done so many of the marketplaces already in previous series. Not that I'm not willing to do it again, but I mean, that's really the only thing we can do, I guess, right? There's not really going to be a whole lot else that we're going to be able to do. The Lizard Export Company is an option, but I'm not really sure we're ready for all that yet. And what I mean by that is we don't really know where we want things laid out yet, right? We've got this big, massive yard, but we have no clue where we want to put anything. I'm doing this video before the last episode comes out, so you haven't had a chance to even see what was going on here with the grass bales. So we'll gloss over that for now, because there's not really going to be a whole lot you can do about that. One thing to check that I have not checked, do we? I don't think we do. But do we need another application of fertilizer down here? We do not. We do not. We do not. So, you know, that's where we are. The nitrogen's at perfect, so there's not really a whole lot else we can do here. The pH is bad, obviously, but we're not going to put lime down on it. It's grass. I'm not that concerned about the grass. So, yeah, it's a matter of, do we buy anything else for the farm here? I guess there's a slurry tanker here that we could get, potentially. That's a huge slurry tanker. $145,000. We don't have enough money. If I didn't pay off the loan, we actually probably would have enough money for this. That thing's pretty nice, but I mean, we're not really ready for that yet. So the only other thing that we can potentially do is start planning out more of the yard, right? We've got this big yard area. I've talked about lots of things I want to do here. A lot of productions have not come to fruition yet. One thing we could look to do is, we know we want to do cows, right? Because we want to do that dairy production. And me personally, I'd like to utilize some of our own stuff, to supply that ice cream parlor, right? So to do that, we're going to need some cows. Specifically, we need milk cows, right? So maybe we start thinking about where we're going to place down our cows, right? A lot of these are super expensive. I really haven't had any thoughts whatsoever about what I want to do at all. So I don't even know. This is a breeding barn. Milk is not possible. So yeah, we don't want that. We want one that allows us to get milk. These are relatively expensive. I'm not against these, but they're relatively expensive and they're quite large. It will take up a lot of space if we do this, if we go this path. But I think these are all inside. I kind of want some outside area for them to roam around in, right? These are all inside stuff. So something like this is kind of what I was hoping for. 35 cows, I feel like that is sufficient. I kind of like the idea of giving them a little bit of shade. Cows do like the shade, right? If I put it here, though, here's the problem. I'm just talking this through with you, whether you want to hear me or talk about it or not. The problem here is, are we going to have enough room to turn around, right? With the vehicle. Really, where I'd like to put it is like probably right there. But if I put it there, it's overlapping stuff, and they're not within the tree area. But the closer I put it this way, then we've got the greenhouses in the way too, right? So, I guess I could go this way with it. Not really the way I was hoping to go with it, but I guess I could go this way. I don't know, gang. I don't really like this in any of those locations I was just putting it in. Let me think about this. Well, I'm glad I went out and re-looked at the menu here for that. I literally just skimmed right over it. Everything else I read, but evidently I didn't read this one. This is the same thing. It's a breeding barn, so that's not going to work. Although I like the way this looks, it's not going to work. Well, evidently you can put solar panels on. I didn't even know you could do that. That's cool. Anyway, that's not going to work. So I don't think there's really going to be anything out here for us. I want one that has kind of an open air area for them, but it's not really. None of these are allowing that. So I think I'm going to have to do some more research on that. So that's not going to work. So yeah, I guess we can jump to February. I'm not sure there's going to be anything out there for us to do. And if there isn't, I'm not going to jump to March then too. That's too much jumping for me. I don't like even jumping from one month to the next that often. So let's see. Let's hope there's some kind of contract out there for us, or something else we can potentially do. But I'm kind of not expecting a whole lot. Evidently, every time I go into skipping to the next month, man, the whole game just like freezes up like that. It's actively snowing, so I guess we got that to look forward to. There's a water tank out here. There's an auger wagon, which we're not going to use. There's a mower, which we're not going to use. So none of that's going to work as far as the used area goes. There's no contract out there, so yet again, not really a whole lot there for us to do. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out to Mod Hub. I'm going to see what else I can find for cows, because that's really the only thing we can do right now. We really have nothing else to do. I don't want to skip to March, like I mentioned. I don't want to skip that many months. If we can't find anything else, then what we're going to be subject to is putting down some more greenhouses, which is perfectly fine. I was just hoping to do something a little more than that today, if at all possible. I guess we could obviously buy a few other things that we need, but I was kind of holding off on buying anything we specifically need until we actually need it, if that makes any sense. Just buying it just to sit there and hold on to it and incur the fees and everything. I'd just rather just buy it when it's time that we actually do need to utilize it for something. Yeah, let me go to Mod Hub. Let me see what I find. All right, I think I found a couple of things. So there was a mod out there that takes that building I was just looking at a few seconds ago. This one, the cow barn, the one that's base game cow barn here, and allows it to have milk and slurry. And it is right here, so we have that option. I'm not sure we will do this one or not, but this is an option for us. Obviously, it's a pricey option. I also did install this one, which, holy smokes, I did not realize it was this big. We will not be installing this one either. I'm going to go ahead and just say that one outright. That would take up pretty much the extent of our entire yard there. Well, I mean, given the amount of trees we have, it pretty much would take up the whole yard. Okay, well, that just kind of completely scratches that one out of competition. So it's down to this one then. I kind of want to put it here, which means, we'd have to put in some grass and stuff, but that's fine. But so it's saying it's overlapping with another object, and it's because these tree branches are in the way. So what do? Well, the option I guess we have here, it's a decent one, but the options I guess we have here are, 1, take out one of these trees. If we do that, we're going to have a stump that we have to get rid of as well. Or 2, we put it elsewhere. But putting it elsewhere poses the same issues that we've been dealing with here, right? Where, it's not going to probably work that well. There is a spot evidently here that it allows it, but my concern is we are so close to the entrance here that we utilize often that it could be... Okay, now there's snow on the ground. Now I can't see nothing. Wonderful. This is where we could potentially put it. Now, if I put it here, I'd have to drive in this way and around, all the way around through all these trees. I'm not 100% against that. I'm not 100% for that either, though. I think the more I'm thinking about it, we're going to go here, which I know that takes away a little bit of the space that we had, well, initially planned, I guess I should say, for greenhouse expansion. But given the fact that we are making every money, we're making money every month off the greenhouses at this point, I don't think it's necessarily that big of a deal for us. And I like the idea of it being near our temporary long-term house that we have, our little small house that we have. I like that too. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to move the trailer out of the way, which I already called earlier, right? I said we're probably going to put this in a spot where it's going to be in the way. We also have tons and tons of fertilizer and everything just laying around in the way. But I think that's the best spot for it, where I just was looking at. I truly do. I think that's the best spot to have it. I don't think we're really going to be able to fit it anywhere else than that. And 35 cows is about, it's about where I want it to be at too, right? Overlaps with another object. What are we overlapping with now? I don't even know what we're overlapping with. Is it just because the snow's on the ground? Is that what it is? I can't really turn off the snow at this point. I was wanting the snow to be here because I wanted it to be a challenge, and here it is becoming a challenge for us. I don't think there's anything else over here. So that's why I'm thinking it has to be the snow. Excuse me. So I guess the only other thing we can do is, if we know where we're going to put this at, I can go ahead and paint the ground, which is obviously going to cost some money, but I can paint the ground, and if I paint the ground, the snow will go away. Okay, so I kind of have a base idea of here where I want it to be at. Let's see if this works. What do we want it to be on the ground? I guess animal mud. And I mean, obviously I can fix all this up later. It's not that big of a deal, right? I wonder if it's this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it's this little sidewalk road thing that I can't get rid of. I wonder if it's that. I bet you money it is. Just wasted money. I bet you anything that's what it is. I know for a fact that's what it is. Damn it. Oh well, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now. So here we go. We're gonna force it in here. Yeah, let's customize the fence, and let's see. Those are going to be in the way. Well, hopefully I can get them out of there still. If I can't, that's going to be a problem. The problem is all of this is going to be in the way, really. Because I kind of wanted to go out to about here. I think we'll just make it a little bit smaller than I had initially thought or wanted to do. Okay, this tree's going to be the way. I apologize. The camera work here is going to be a little shoddy. We're going to try our best here to keep this in line. I can't. This tree is just causing me so much mayhem here. Okay, that cost a lot of money to do that. So I hope this works, because that cost an absolute fortune. It looks fine to me. I don't see any major issues with it, other than the fact that there is that sidewalk there, but we are growing grass evidently over top of the sidewalk. I don't know how that works, but we are doing it. Okay. Well, it works. We got it down. Spent a lot of money on that. That's a lot of money that we have to spend towards the park as well, right? But I think this is worth it. This is something that I'm doing as an optional objective anyway for this challenge. Speaking of that, there are a number of people on my Discord who are also taking this challenge up, and they've shared some screenshots and some images of their progress, at least on the park. A lot of different cool ideas out there. So if you're interested in doing that and you're still watching at this point, go ahead and join that Discord down below in case you haven't done so, and share your updates, man. Let me see what you're doing, man. That's I'm excited to see how everyone else is taking this on and what they're doing as far as the park goes. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Now, we're not going to put any cows in here right now. There's not going to be any cows in here whatsoever. Evidently, I don't have to put water in, which is a good thing. I got to do food, straw, manure, slurry. Well, manure and slurry. Straw pellets, evidently, I have to do as well. So there's a lot of things I got to buy for this, actually, if I'm honest with you. There's a lot I have to buy to get this even up and running. But we can't have 41 cows, which I think is really good. Normally it's 35, I think is what the initial one was. So we extended it a little bit and got a little bit more out of it. I don't think I have these on liftable, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, so good. So I'm just going to huck these over here really quick. Bear with me. I don't normally do that on camera a whole lot, but we're going to do that anyway, just to make sure that they're out of the way. I'm happy with how this turned out, actually. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. There's still room for me to drive past right here. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with this. I think that's a good approach, a good perspective for us. So we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like and subscribe button if you did, in case you have yet to do so. Both those things help me out more than you can possibly imagine. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below. Like I said, make sure you check out the gas simulator that I'm doing a playthrough on starting this Sunday. Very excited about it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not terrible, but and hopefully you enjoy it. And if you do, make sure you let me know down below in that video as well. And if you don't, you can also do the same thing, right? If you don't want to see that, make sure you let me know that as well. And I won't do as many in the future, but just wanted to branch out and see how things went and add a few other simulation type of games into the channel here. So thanks so much for your continued support. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much to my members. Cannot thank you guys enough. There's a link down below if you're interested in that and all the different perks you get. Like I've said a couple of times in this episode, Discord is down below. The link's down there. Join us down there. Start some conversations, everything you want to see, it's all down there. You can share any of your updates on there as well. I've got two different areas, an area if you're doing any kind of a live stream, and an area if you're sharing any kind of a YouTube video or any video in general for that matter. You're welcome to share it on either of those locations. Also, my stuff's down there too, so yeah, if you need any of that, and then if you want to see any of that, join the Discord. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your continued support especially. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and we'll see you next time. we are not ending the episode, so those of you that watched to the very end, you're getting a bit of a bonus. I completely forgot to put the $9,500 and whatever it was, $9,512.90 into the park. I don't know how that slipped my mind, but it did. So let's run up here now. Last episode, I spent way more than I had to. You can't hardly see them, but I spent way more than I had to on these. So because of that reason, we're going to spend a little bit less. You know, I'm still going to go probably over, but we're not going to spend the entirety of that $9,000 just because of that reason. I'll probably just spend maybe $9,000 exactly. That probably makes a whole lot more sense. Okay, the problem is I can't see where the end here is. I guess what I should do is I should start down here, because we know where the end is down here. You know what? This is a waste of money, but we're going to do it anyway. I can always delete it later if I need to, right? We can delete it. Okay, that was a lot of money. This is going to be a lot more. All right, we're going to leave it at that point. It's not full 9,000. We spent a good chunk, but it's not an entirety 9,000 entirely. It's close though. But we spent probably $2,000 to $3,000 more in the last episode than we needed to on the curb. So we're going to go with it and hope for the best. And if we need to fix it or modify it in the future episodes, we will do so. But now we will leave it there. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it if you continue to watch even after my spiel at the end and saw the end of this. If you did, type snow down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.